Test, test, test. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the beautiful town of Berwick, the site of the 2026 Nova Scotia Under-13 AAA Provincial Championship Tournament. Live on High Button Sports. My name is Mason Denike, giving you the commentary here this afternoon. 2 o'clock start. Both teams playing their second game of the tournament. Take a look at the standings in Pool B after yesterday's opening games. The Hawks took care of business 4-2 over the Pictou County Crushers, so they are top spots in the pool, while the Jets and the Wings tied 3-3. So the second and final semifinal spot for Pool B still up for grabs. Two teams tied, looking to secure their spot to Sunday. Getting the start for Cole Harbour will be number 31, Hunter Waugh. And then on the other side, it's Addie Keys, number 1 for the Hawks. Halifax versus Cole Harbour here, the 6th game of the tournament. We're ready to get going here. It will be Grayson O'Donnell in for the opening draw against Henry Udall, and we are underway live from the Apple Dome. Game number 6. Both teams playing their second game of the tournament, looking to advance to the dance on Sunday. As Ferreira is going to be worked down low. The Wings scored 12 seconds into yesterday's game against the Valley. Let's see what they can do here on this opening shift of this game. Here's Ferreira looking in front for O'Donnell. That will just skim through the crease and end up high as Nelson. That's a one-timer go. That will go in the opposite corner. Expect lots of point shots from this Cole Harbour blue line. They like to shoot the puck from distance. If there's a shot at the dump-in save made by Keys, that'll be the first shot of the game registered. Chance for Halifax to clear. Ben Remmer looking for the puck that's going to be sent back in towards the Halifax zone. They regain possession, as that'll be rimmed around the wall in the dump-in as Halifax will peel off for a change. Here is Jacob Maurice, scored a highlight reel goal in yesterday's affair to make it 3-1 at that point, but the Wings blew the 2-goal lead, and final score was a 3-3 tie. But he had an outstanding individual effort, as here's a chance thrown on goal. It's going to be blocked on its way through. Here comes Rowan McDougall. McDougall will enter the zone through the middle of the ice, but it's going to be offside at the line, which will stop play. Gets a chance to look at the tournament leader in points. After the first day, Landon Andrews had a pair of goals. Ben Remmer, a goal and an assist, and a couple more Hawks on your screen. Henry Udall and Kalen Kostopoulos both picking up a pair of helpers for the Hawks in their opening game yesterday over Pictou County. Here's Sardi looking to get by the forecheck of Burns. Worked up the wall. It's going to be kept in by McDougall. Here's McDougall with the puck on the half wall, looking to generate some offense as he's taken down by Daphne for Cole Harbour. Here's a point shot that's going to not make its way on net. Rebound, fought off. That's going to be covered up in a first test for Hunter Waugh as he stands his ground in the Cole Harbour crease. And that will be the Halifax Hawks' first shot of the game. Waugh 1 for 1 so far. Ald will take the face-off against Ackett to the blocker side of Waugh. Puck is dropped. One ahead. As in on the forecheck is Andy Sue. It's going to come free. Sent towards the goal. Rebound jammed away. It's on the side of the net as Waugh was down and out, but that will be whistled down as that got stuck on the netting on the side of the cage. 13:09 to go. Just about a minute and 51 seconds have gone. Well, not about, just exactly that amount of time. Thank you so much for tuning into this game. It's been awesome to provide the provincial championship tournament coverage throughout the province this weekend. We have 5 different crews of High Button Sports employees all over Nova Scotia covering the top provincial tournaments. As here comes Ald. We'll play it back in his own zone. Ald looking to advance the puck, kept in by Cody at the blue line. As he'll work it into the zone. Back to retrieve the puck is Gage Gillis. He'll send it over. That's going to be turned over. Shot from Nelson. It comes free. Marks looking to bang that one through as that will be played to the corner by Cody. Good chance there by the Wings off the turnover. That'll be advanced to center. Here's Nelson. Nelson will chip it off the wall. It's going to be picked off by Harrison Lewis. So he'll dump it into the zone and go for a change. Quick transition from Cole Harbour. Here comes Cody off the stretch pass from Emmett Boutiet. As Larson collects it, Boutiet gets it right back, but he can't get by Johnston on the defensive blue line for the Hawks. It's going to be sent in deep by Marks. Out to play it is Addie Keys. So show him it up the wall. Sent back in deep by Nelson. That'll be worked over, turned over in front of a shin pad. Rebound sent towards the goal as that will just go wide. McDonald with a chance to clear. He'll play it up ahead for Udall. Udall over to Larson. Here come the Hawks. Larson can't get by Nelson on the back check as Boutiet will collect it and chip it off the wall. It's going to go all the way down. O'Donnell beats out the ice, and here comes Grayson O'Donnell. Shot! That will go off the shoulder. Stays out. That's going to be played with a high stick, and that's going to be touched up and whistled down. What an opportunity for the Cole Harbour captain to open the scoring for the Wings. O'Donnell just can't beat the shoulder of Addie Keys, the goaltender for Halifax. Shots dead eating at 2 so far. It's going to be one back by the Wings in the offensive zone face-off as Sardi will play it in deep. Here's Grayson O'Donnell. O'Donnell will center in front. Is all tied up. Was the Wings player. That was Ferreira, pardon me. As O'Donnell, Doyle, and Ferreira out there. There's a shot from Doyle. Rebound, Ferreira looking to whack that home, but that's going to be kept out. Chance the other way. Here comes Kostopoulos. Might have a break, but Maurice will play him into the wall. Here's McDougall. He'll take a spill inside the circle as Maurice will take over. Comes Jacob Maurice over to Ferreira. Andrew Ferreira can't get by the defense. It's going to be played the other way. McDougall with Kostopoulos. Banging a stick in front of the net is Burns. Looking for that pass on the back door as the Wings will get it to the line. Here comes O'Donnell with the puck. Grayson O'Donnell on the far side. Ball enters the zone. What's going to be offside is Ferreira, which is a step ahead of him on the zone entry. 10.5 to go in this 15-minute first period. It'll be 3 15-minute periods. And if the game is tied after regulation, it will end in a tie. We found that out the hard way last night. I was expecting overtime. Not sure if you were tuning into that game between the Jets and Cole Harbour, but that game ended in a 3-3 tie after the third period. So no overtime in the round robin, but once we move on to the elimination games in the semifinals and the bronze and gold medal games, that will certainly require a winner. As White back to retrieve it. He'll go up the boards. Redmond turns over. Here's Ald. Ald will get poked off the puck, off the stick of Declan O'Neill. Here's Lewis. Harrison Lewis will advance the puck inside the Cole Harbour zone. Here's Grant with the puck on his stick behind the net. He'll rim it up the boards, looking to clear. Kept in by Gillis. Chance for White to get the puck out of the zone as Redmond will direct that to center ice. O'Neill and Lewis looking to find a loose puck as Lewis wins the battle, but Grant picks it off. Here's Hunter Grant with the puck. Will circle back behind his own net. Goes D over to White. Zachary White back for Grant. Grant will take the puck himself up the ice. Will get the red line and play it in towards the Hawk zone. Wings will go for a change. Lewis looking to clear. As they'll get the puck back as the Wings dump it back in. Heavy forecheck from Cole Harbour in the first game. Caused a few turnovers on the forecheck. As here's Nelson. He'll pick it off at center. Enters the zone. Up for Cody. That will bounce off of his backhand into the corner. Cody will send it towards the opposite corner for Marks. Back for Cody. Pass in front. That's going to bounce off the stick of Ackett and go wide. Pretty evenly matched game so far in this one. Cole Harbour trying to establish himself on the forecheck while the Hawks are trying to run and gun with the transition plays. Let's see which strategy pays off here in this afternoon's matchup. Boutiette will be forced to collect to neutral ice. Here's Emmett Boutiette over to Nelson. Here's Cole Nelson, takes it wide, trying to get by the defender. Nelson puts the brakes on, centering pass will be fanned on. That'll make its way to the corner. Hawks have the puck. Here's Gillis. Gage Gillis through center, picked off. Here's Boutiette. Boutiette shot. That will go up and over the glove side of Keys, and that will rim its way out of the zone. Cole Nelson will collect it from out of his own corner as that puck made its way all the way back into the Harbour end off of that missed shot. It's going to come free for Cody at neutral ice. Cody will drop it off, and Wings try and dump it in, but it's going to be picked off by Gillis. Here's McDonald. Wesley McDonald takes it wide, drops it for Larson. As he's met there by the stick of Jacob Maurice. Here's Ferreira over to Doyle. Doyle's shot will go off a stick and wide. O'Donnell collects the rebound in the corner. Down low for Ferreira. Ferreira looking in front for Doyle as he was tangled up, couldn't accept the pass. Comes free down low, kept in. Here's Ferreira. That's going to come free for the Hawks as they are able to turn the puck over. Here's Bailey Johnston. That's going to be kept in. Here's Ferreira. Ferreira has O'Donnell in the slot, finds him. O'Donnell will shoot one through the screen, blocked on its way through by Bailey Johnston. Puck down low. Maurice pinching again, keeps the play inside the zone for now. He gets the puck off the corner. That will be poked off of his stick by Henry Udall. Sent back in deep. Good forecheck from Cole Harbour. So he might have gotten away with a penalty there down low. Here's Doyle. Up for Sardi. As Sardi gets taken in the wall. Comes straight for O'Donnell. Sardi finds it again. He'll play it down low. Looking for the stick of his teammate, number 16, that's Carter Doyle. Hawks regain possession, looking to clear. Sent up the wall. Picked off by Maurice, and he'll play it right back in deep. Pretty simple brand of hockey right now for the Wings. Just dump and chase and go get that puck on the forecheck. Chance the other way. Here comes Burns. 1-on-3. Burns trying to get by Grant, but got his stick lifted by O'Donnell on the forecheck. He'll play it down the ice, and that will be sent, but hit a Hawks stick on the way down, so it won't be icing. There's McDonald. Nearly turned over on the forecheck by Daphne, but Hawks gain possession. So here comes Burns. Burns shot, as that's going to be gloved down by Waugh. As letting that one go was Kalen Kostopoulos. But Hunter Waugh, with the glove, freezes play. 6:22 remaining here in the first period. No scoring yet. Shots are 3-2 in favor of Cole Harbour. Daphne against McDougall for the face-off to the glove side of Waugh inside the zone. Puck is dropped. Kostopoulos will work it in the corner. Looking up top for McDonald. It's going to be turned over. Here comes O'Neill. O'Neill will chip it ahead. It might be a 2-on-1 if the Wings can hurry, but that's going to be just out of the reach, and that will end up being an icing call. So we'll drop the puck all the way back down inside the Cole Harbour end. I'd like to thank our major sponsors for this weekend. As you can see on your screen, RBC, Cavendish Farms, Hockey Nova Scotia, Turner Concrete, H&E Ketty, and of course TD Development. Thomas Durant Hockey Development is a big figure here in the valley part of the province. As there's 6 minutes to go now in the opening frame here on game number 6 of the U13 AAA Provincials here at the Apple Dome in Berwick, Nova Scotia. It's going to be dumped in by Halifax. Here's Cole Nelson with the puck on his own goal line. Will hesitate the stretch pass, holds on to it, goes D to D. Here's Boutiette, gets by the defender, Burns. Boutiette still has the puck, will make a toe drag move. Boutiette, but can't stay on side for the Wings, so that will be offside at the line. Good burst of speed and good poise there from number 4, Emmett Boutiette. But he cannot stay on side. Or his teammates couldn't, I guess. Depends how you look at it. Puck dropped just in front of the Halifax benches. Head coach Greg McDonald looks on. What a coaching matchup here tonight. Greg McDonald and Paul Mason. Some pretty big figures in the hockey world here in Nova Scotia. Paul Mason, of course, is Mr. Cole Harbour. He coached Crosby back in the day. He runs the skate shop at Clover Place, and he is a great guy to have around in the community. Well, Greg McDonald has been coaching the U13 AAA Halifax Hawks for a long time, has seen a lot of success, and they are hosting the Atlantics this season over at the brand new Dalhousie rink that they just built. There's a shot from the point. It's going to be fought off by Keys right off the point shot, as that was Grant with the bomb from the blue line. He'll hold the puck inside the zone for a moment, forced out Here come the Hawks as Ald will advance it through center. Looking for this Kong. That's going to come free. Here's Ackett. Ackett. Pass for Cody. Shot will go up off a stick and over the net as Gillis just in time prevents a scoring chance with his twig. Worked up for Sue for the Halifax Hawks. Sue will try and go wide and shoot one, trying to catch Waugh off guard. Rebound will be cleared away. Waugh makes the save. As here comes Marks looking to get the loose puck as Lou gets there first, or Sue rather, excuse me. Here's Maurice. Maurice up for Cody. Cody trying to dangle by the defender as there's a collision at center ice between him and McDonald. Puck will be sent inside the Cooperative zone off the battle on neutral ice, and that will be an icing call. Past the halfway mark of the period. There will be no Zamboni flood in between the first and second, but there will be between the second and the third. Face-off will be inside the Hawks zone. Out comes the O'Donnell line with Ferreira and O'Neill. Sorry, that's Doyle, excuse me. As that's going to be a scrum draw, won by the Halifax Hawks. Here's Bailey Johnston. Johnston up the near side wall, trying to enter the zone, gets the puck in deep. Trying to battle of Sardi for possession. Comes free out of the corner. Here's Udall. I'll cycle it down low, but Maurice picks it off. Here's Maurice up for Ferreira. Ferreira to the middle of the ice, but McDonald picks it off. As here's Doyle. He'll pick up the puck on his own blue line. Up ahead looking for O'Donnell. It's going to be defended by Johnston. O'Donnell gets it back. Played ahead. As Johnston able to collect it. There's a turnover pass in front looking for O'Donnell. Kept out by Keys. Rebound off the side of the net. It's loose, but clear to the line. Here's Sardi. Shot low. Tipped. Rebound in the paint. Another chance. They score. Ferreira opens the score for Cole Harbour. Took a few chances, but finally the Wings bang it home. Andrew Ferreira on the back door. Cole Harbour is up and running here with 3:37 to go. Keys did all she could on the original 4 shots, but the 5th one finds the twine. And the Wings strike first blood here in Berwick in game number 2 of the tournament for them. We'll wait to see who got the assist there. Here's McDougall looking to respond as he can't get the puck to the back door. As waiting for the puck was Burns. As Ferreira will play it across the ice, picked off and sent back in deep by the Hawks. Stopos looking for it. His feet comes free. Here comes Grayson O'Donnell. Might be a 2-on-1 with Doyle. O'Donnell pass across. There's a shot. Scores! 2 quick ones for the Wings. It's Carter Doyle off the great feed from Grayson O'Donnell. And it is 2-0 for Cole Harbour. Great pass and even better finished over the glove. Carter Doyle makes no mistake. Did not take long for those 2 goals. Not much time in between them. The Wings have doubled up their lead over the Hawks. As Halifax could use a response, as Ald looking for the puck on the blue line. It's going to be slap shotted in the zone, picked off. Here's Boutiette. Boutiette through the center. That puck will be on the stick of Declan O'Neill. He'll find Nelson. Nelson will chip it in the zone. Out to play it is Keys. Keys will rim it up the wall. Here's Andy Sue. As they announce the first goal of the game. So O'Donnell with a pair of assists. And Sardi gets the assist in the first goal as well. So Ferreira from O'Donnell and Sardi is the first goal. And I believe the second one will be definitely Doyle from O'Donnell. So O'Donnell, the only helper on the second goal. So O'Donnell with a pair of assists. Number 7, Grayson O'Donnell, having a heck of a start to this game. He picked up a goal on the first goal of the tournament for Cole Harbour. So up to 3 points now as we are approaching the end of his 4th period of play. It's going to be kept in by McDonald for the Hawks. Makes his way to the opposite wall on the far side. Here's Auld. Auld out of the corner, can't get by the stick of Grant. Comes free in the slot as that will make its way all the way to the line. That will bounce off the stick, but McDonald holds it in. Chipped off the wall. That will escape the zone. Sent back in deep as the Hawks forced to retreat as they are now offside. Here's Grant with 1.5 to go in the opening frame, as his clearing attempt will be played back in the zone by Larson. Comes free at center. Here's McDonald. He'll flip it towards the opposite wall. Braden Marks are going to collect as there's a collision in front of the Cole Harbour bench. Grant up for Cody. That will bounce off a stick. Sent into the zone. No icing is a signal from the lines person. Out to play it is Keys. She'll go forehand up the wall. Flip through center. Picked off. Here's Grant. Grant as Larson will take over. Here's Udall. Udall advances the puck as Johnston will try and make a play into the zone as Rimmer battling for possession on the blue line, and him and Sardi going at it. Played back to center. Here's McDonald. Here comes Wesley McDonald. We'll leave it for Gillis. Udall has it. Up top, here's McDonald again. Wesley McDonald will corral and shoot one that will go wide of the net off the end wall as Grant will collect it. 35 seconds to go in the period. Grant still has the puck. He'll hit it hard off the boards. It's going to be poked free. Able to collect the puck is Larson. Up for Udall. Here come the Hawks late in the period as there's a collision in the slot. Puck comes free. Here's Braden Marks. Marks gets the red line. We'll send it in deep. 12 seconds to go in the first. Cycled back for Wesley McDonald. He'll go off the glass. Comes free for Nelson at center. Nelson with a few seconds to go in the period, and that's going to be cleared into the zone. That's going to do it. So it's the Wings with a 2-goal lead after the first. Scoring the goals were Andrew Ferreira and Carter Doyle, both assisted by Grayson O'Donnell. We'll take a quick break up here in the booth before the second period. Tune to High Button Sports. Our coverage of the U13 AAA Provincial Championship Tournament will continue after the break. Welcome back inside the Apple Dome. It's the 6th game of the tournament between the Halifax Hawks and the Cole Harbour Wings. Live on High Button Sports, the U13 AAA Provincials here in Berwick. Wings up by a pair after 15 minutes of play. As we'll start the second period now, a quick intermission. Hawks looking to get on the board here as they won their first game yesterday, 4-2 over Pictou County. It's a turnover. Boutiette will shoot towards the goal, glove down, and that's a big stop from Addie Keys. Boutiette came streaking down the right side. Keys shuts the door with the glove. .22 seconds into the period. Here's O'Donnell for the face-off. One back. Boutiette will crowd and shoot. One just goes wide past the glove side and low. Chance the other way. Here comes Kong trying to work it into the zone. Wings will take over. Here's O'Donnell. Over to Boutiette. Emmett Boutiette will advance the puck up the wall as Doyle can collect the pass. Sent back in towards the zone by Sue. Comes free for McWilliams. That's going to be played over for McDonald. Wesley McDonald looking to work into the zone. Comes free. Here comes Grayson O'Donnell with a pair of assists so far tonight. Has the puck, but it's going to be offside at the line. As him and Doyle connected for the second goal for the Wings just a few moments ago in the first period. Great 2-on-1. Beautiful feed from O'Donnell. They'll drop the puck just outside the Halifax zone in front of the Wings bench on the far side. Puck is dropped. Maurice looking for the loose puck. It's going to be played inside the zone. Here's Johnston. We'll go back in at the wall. We'll find Larson. Larson looking through the middle for Udall. Turned over. Good forecheck once again from Cole Harbour, causing havoc inside the Hawks zone. Played in deep. There's Redmond. Down low is a wraparound opportunity. So O'Neill couldn't jam that one home. Comes straight to the line. Sardi as Rimmer giving him some pressure, but Maurice collects it and will send it right back in deep. Pretty simple hockey here for Cole Harbour, as I mentioned before. Dump and chase and go get the puck back on the forecheck. It's been working for them so far this afternoon. Here's Johnston. Oh, send it over for Larson. Here come the Hawks. Rimmer and Udall out there as well for the 3-on-2. Rimmer collects it down low. Pass in front. There's a shot on. That's right at the top of his crease was Waugh. Makes the save. Great opportunity. Mano a mano. Henry Udall off a great feed from Rimmer down low, but Hunter Waugh stands his ground for Cole Harbour. Shots are 10-5 for the Wings. Wings have a 2-goal lead, and they have doubled up the shots as well. As they'll win the face-off and set their own zone. Grant will rim it around. It's going to be kept in. Here's Kostopoulos. Play to the line. DD pass finds Lewis. Lewis will play to the corner. There's Sue. Ozell bounce out of the zone. McDonald over to Lewis. Lewis through center. It's going to bounce off the stick of McDougall. Collected by the Wings. Pass up for Grant. Grant trying to wave through center. McDougall picks it off. Plays it over. Here comes Kostopoulos. Pass across. Just out of the reach of Dawson Burns. Driving the back door. Here comes Cole Harbour the other way. Turned over at the line. Here's Kostopoulos. Down low. Centering pass across off the body of Grant as he went down to prevent the passing lane to be open. Here's a pass towards the goal. Directed on goal. Waugh makes the save. Good chance and tight for Kostopoulos. That's going to be a penalty in the corner. Body contact will probably be the call. Let's see what the indication is here from the referee. So it will be body contact against Braden Marks. A little too aggressive in the corner. Chance for the Hawks to draw within one here on this power play. It'll be Benny Buzzsaw Rimmer who will take the face-off against Grayson O'Donnell. Puck is dropped, won by Cole Harbour. That will get by McDougall at the blue line and send all the way down. Keys have to play it. Here's Johnston. We'll try and put the fake on. It's Ferreira on the forecheck, shorthanded. Here's McDougall. McDougall up for Rimmer. Here comes Benny Rimmer on the near side. Drops it for Udall. Udall will drag and shoot one off the body. That will go up and high. Here's Johnston on the opposite wall. Holds the zone. Johnston fakes the partner pass. Holds onto the puck on the half wall. Johnston down low. Finds Rimmer. Back for Johnston. Johnston looking for a lane. Back down low for Rimmer. Pass across. That will bounce through the stick of McDougall. Great play from Benny Rimmer, as he's been setting up his teammates all season long for play just like that. Here's McDougall. Sent over. Shot. Will just go wide. Good opportunity for Udall to open the scoring for the Halifax Hawks, but that one just sails past the net. Here's McDougall. Over to Udall. Udall trying to get by Grant. Udall puts a fake on the corner. Plays it back down low. Here is Rimmer. Rimmer will try and shoot one that will go off the body of Grant. Comes free on the opposite side for McDougall up top. Johnston. Over to Udall on the opposite half wall. Udall has a penalty in front of the net. And this will be a 5-on-3 for the Hawks. Here's McDougall. Pass in front. Rebound. That will be kept down, touched up as Kostopoulos had a whole net to shoot at in front, but couldn't pull the trigger. But the Wings take another penalty. It will be 5-on-3 for 38 seconds. Boots yet will go for cross-checking in front of the net. A little too aggressive, trying to clear the body in front. So a great chance here. The first unit will stay out there for the Hawks. Here's McDougall. Down low, finds Rimmer. Rimmer can't get by Nelson as he'll out-muscle him off the puck, but kept in by McDougall. 5-on-3 for the next 25 seconds. Here's Johnston. He'll walk it and shoot one low. Tipped, and they score! Benny Rimmer redirects it in front, and it's 2-1. They call him Benny Buzzsaw. With plays like that, you know why. Rimmer deflects the puck past the goaltender on the power play. And it is a one-goal contest here at the Apple Dome. A perfect redirection, completely changed directions off of the stick, number 35 for the Hawks. Rimmer's second of the tournament makes it 2-1. And the Hawks still on the power play. They still got the same 5 out there for this man advantage. Here's Udall. Will try and make a play, but met at the line and sent back in deep by Nelson. Here's Johnston. Bailey Johnston will start the rush from behind his own net. Over to Udall. Udall up for Johnston. Over to McDougall. McDougall shot low, looking for another tip, but that will go wide of the net. Here's Kostopoulos down low. As Johnson will get the assist off the point shot on the Rimmer goal. As that will be cleared all the way down. 50 seconds to go in the power play for the Halifax Hawks. Looking to tie the game now as they just scored to make it 2-1. Johnston been out there for a long time. He still has the puck. Bailey Johnston enters the zone. Plays it up ahead for Rimmer, but that'll be out of his reach, and McDougall will collect it at center ice. McDougall gets by Doyle. Still has the puck. He'll go skate to stick. Nice move. McDougall goes wide, trying to fight off Sardi on the defensive side. Plays it back up top. Kostopoulos will walk in and fumble the puck. Plays it over. Back for Kostopoulos up the pass from McDonald. Kostopoulos will saucer it down low for McDougall. McDougall with 10 seconds to go on the power play. Sent in deep for Rimmer. Played back up top, McDonald to the half wall. Here's Auld. Up top, McDonald. Back for Auld as we're back to 5 apiece. Here's Auld weaving his way at the top of the zone. Up for Kostopoulos. Kostopoulos gets by O'Donnell. Kostopoulos will shoot one off the blocker of Waugh. Rebound to the slot. That's going to be advanced to the line. Kept in. There's a shot up high. Blocker save. Rebound is loose in front but cleared away as Grant defends the threat in front. Here's McDonald. Shot from the distance. That's going to be off the pad. Rebound behind the net. It's been all Halifax here since the power plays. They have taken the momentum out of the Wings' hands. 8:20 to go in the period. There's a pass towards the goal. Kostopoulos redirects it, but save made by Waugh. Cole Harbour can't clear right now as Mark's trying to battle off the boards with Auld. 2-on-2 on the wall. Comes free Grant. Will take it out of the corner. It's going to come loose. Here comes Grayson O'Donnell. Advances the puck. As Ackett can't get the clear cleanly as that will be played back inside the Clobber zone. Marks can't get the pass. Comes free neutral ice. Here's Auld. Collects the puck. Will play it towards the corner. Auld. As Daphne finds it. Up the wall. Ackett. Down low. There's Sardi. Sardi. Over to Grant. Grant will fire it all the way down, and that's probably exactly what Clobber needed. It was a whistle. And they will get just that off the ice, and they still can change. But they definitely need to regroup here as they've lost the momentum of this game. They're up by 1 still here in the second period, just past the halfway mark of regulation and the game. 7:25 to go. As Udall for the face-off to the blocker side of Waugh. Puck is dropped. As that will get past McWilliams to the blue line. McDonald finds it. McDonald will try and dump it in deep as Nelson picks it off. He'll advance the puck up for Daphne with O'Neill. O'Neill out of the corner looking to spin that through the defender. That'll be played down low. Puck is in the body of the defender, McWilliams. It's going to come free. Here's O'Neill. His shot was blocked. Here come the Hawks as Udall had that bounce off of his stick. Boutiette collects the puck. Here's Emmett Boutiette. He'll dump it in deep. It's going to bounce past Keys and behind the net. Here's Redmond. Redmond out there with Daphne and O'Neill, 8, 9, and 10. There's a wraparound chance. Daphne fought off. Rebound in the blue paint. They're still trying to find a loose puck as it comes free. Nearly whacked home in the back door. Chance for the Hawks to clear. That will go off the skate of Boutiette. Chance the other way. It might be a 2-on-1. Here's Burns. Takes the pass, but he can't get by Nelson on the back check. Nelson will rim it up the wall, looking to clear. That will bounce out of the zone. Lewis, last man back, will play it back towards the Cole Harbour end. It's going to be collected by Cole Harbour and sent back in deep. Keys have to play it. 6:10 to go in the second period. It's 2-1 now. Here's Lewis. Lewis can't get by O'Donnell. He's had a great game here this afternoon. Ferreira finds it. There's a chance for Cole Harbour. Shot scores! Ferreira has 2 goals, and it's 3-1. The Wings survive the surge from the Hawks, and they come back down and score a goal themselves. Andrew Ferreira, past the glove side, his second of the afternoon. Finds the hole, and is now a 2-goal lead once more for the Wings. Exactly 6 minutes to go in the second. That is a huge boost for Cole Harbour. It looked like they had the wind knocked out of their sails there for a few minutes, but they come right back down and score a goal. As here is Ferreira, who's on hat-trick watch now, up for O'Donnell. Grayson O'Donnell will dump it in deep. It's going to come free out the wall. Here's O'Donnell. As O'Donnell with another assist to make that 3 assists for him. 4 points overall in the tournament with a goal yesterday. There's Doyle, down low, finds O'Donnell. O'Donnell pass in front, Ferreira couldn't accept the pass for the hat-trick goal. As O'Donnell recollects the puck, he's a hound out there on the forecheck. He'll play it down low for Doyle. Doyle trying to work it free. As Lewis will try and clear. Lewis will bring it back inside his own zone. Approaching the 10-minute mark of the period. Here's a shot from O'Donnell. We'll got the stick in the corner by Keys. Just Doyle can't collect the loose puck as that's going to be kept in by O'Donnell. He'll let a shot go out the blocker of Keys. All of a sudden it's the Wings with all the momentum once again as they're pressing hard inside the offensive zone. Here's McDougall. There's a collision between him and White at center. Puck will come free, looking to find Rimmer. That will bounce off of his shin pad. Rimmer looking for the loose puck. Sent towards the net. That will bounce off the stick of Ferreira in front. Kept in. Here's Gillis. Will rim it up the wall. Rimmer finds it. He'll play it down low for Kostopoulos. 4.5 to go in the second. Johnson pinching through. It's going to be kept in by him. Play to the corner. Grant trying to get it out of the zone. Rimmed up the wall. Here's Gillis. He'll go backhand towards the blue line. Makes a nice move by Ferreira. Sent back in deep by Rimmer. Here's Auld. Auld trying to battle the puck out of the corner. 2-on-2 down low. O'Donnell and Grant trying to dig it free for the Wings inside the D zone. Kostopoulos will play to the line, but out of the reach of Johnston. He'll go DOD at the red line at center ice for Gillis, who will send it in deep. As both teams are changing, here's a turnover. Gillis will collect it, but it's going to be offside, and that will stop play. 3:45 to go. It's a 3-1 lead for the Wings here in Berwick against the Hawks. This is the 6th game overall of the tournament. Both teams playing their second. They're trying to come in first or second in Pool B to advance to the semifinals on Sunday. Also in their pool are the Valley Jets and the Pictou County Crushers, who will play later tonight at 6 o'clock. There's 2 pools, 4 teams in each pool, 8 overall teams in the tournament. Here's Gillis, the blue line. Shot will go low. Tip just wide as Waugh will redirect in the corner of his stick, the goaltender. Chance for the Wings to clear. Here's Cody. Will take the puck. As he's met there by Gillis, kept in by Auld. Auld trying to get by Marks to the top of the zone. Gillis finds it, makes a move. Gillis in the slot now, drops it off. Here's a pass towards the goal as Kong couldn't make the play to his teammate in front. That'll hit a Wings defender on the way through. Here's Kong. Accepts the pass, makes a move by Ack at center. Kong, the blue line, is going to be offside once again. So just mentioned the pools. So Hawks were with the win yesterday. They're first place in the pool. The Jets and Wings are tied for second, so they're both trying to get that last playoff spot to advance to the semifinals tomorrow. That's going to be one back. Here's Boutiette. It's going to be advanced up the wall. Puck is bouncing. That's to retrieve the puck. It's McWilliams, turned over. Played back inside the zone. There's Nelson. Let's look to center. That's going to go wide in the corner. Another good opportunity off the turnovers from the forecheck from the wings. Here's Boutiette. Puck will bounce to the top of the zone. Sent back in deep. Here's McWilliams. Will lead the rush. Up for Rimmer. That'll be played up ahead for McDougall. McDougall back for Rimmer. Shot will be blocked by Boutiette. Chance for Dauphin to clear. Up ahead for O'Neill. O'Neill gets by Rimmer on the back check. Here comes O'Neill towards the goal in the backhand. Can't get that one on net, as Rimmer just got a piece of it on the back check. Prevents a scoring chance. Here's Nelson looking to hold the line, and that will bounce out of the zone, but he's able to recollect it, and he'll play it back in deep. 2 minutes to go now in the period. Here's McWilliams. Up the ice, out of the reach of McDougall. That will go all the way down. Waugh forced to play it. He finds Grant. Grant up the boards. Sent down the ice by O'Neill. Perfect clear, as that will not be enough for icing. Here's Lewis. Lewis across the ice. Off the stick of Grant. Comes free for him. He'll collect it and send it down and deep. 1.5 to go in the second. It's a 2-goal lead for Cole Harbour against the Halifax Hawks. Here's Rimmer. Has the only goal for the Hawks so far tonight. So shot go from McDougall. That's going to make its way on net, and Waugh fights it off for the save and the whistle. So Grayson O'Donnell with 3 assists this afternoon, which will propel him to the top of the leaderboards for the points so far in the tournament. He's had himself a great provincial so far, looking to lead his team to the championship game on Sunday. Here's Lewis. Here's Kostopoulos. Shot will be gloved down by Waugh. He'll flash the leather off the shot in tight. 70 seconds to go. Late surge here from the Hawks, looking to draw with them one before the buzzer. One ahead. Here comes Grayson O'Donnell. 3 assists tonight. Has the puck. O'Donnell makes a move wide. Here comes Grayson O'Donnell. Shot, scores! Oh my! The captain for Cole Harbour makes it 4-1. And how about this kid tonight? 4 points, a goal, and 3 assists for the captain, Grayson O'Donnell. Put on a show here in Berwick. He's definitely caught my eye. Number 7. A burst of speed down the far side wall. Beats Keys. What a goal from the Cole Harbour superstar. Cementing himself here in Berwick as one of the top players in the tournament. 4 points for O'Donnell. 5 overall in the tournament. As here's Johnston. It's going to come free out of the corner. Hawks could sure use a goal here to make it 4-2 now, heading into the third period of play before the Zamboni break. But it's been all Cole Harbour here in this game so far. Here's Doyle. Down low for Ferreira. Top line still out there for the wings. Ferreira takes a spill down low. Makes a play up for Boutiette, as that will get to the line. Here's Maurice. Maurice will try and play it back into the zone. Sue disrupts that opportunity. That's going to be chipped out the wall. 10 seconds to go in the period. They're still trying to dig it loose off the boards. Here's Boutiette. He'll backpedal inside his own zone. Up ahead, that's going to be directed into the zone. That's going to do it for the first 2 periods of play. I got 2 words for you. Grayson O'Donnell, 4 points so far. He's been a superstar for the Wings in this game, as they will head to the dressing room up by 3 here in Berwick. Our coverage of the U13 AAA Provincials will continue in just a moment. We'll see you after the break for the third period of play. Welcome back to the beautiful town of Berwick. You're watching the Nova Scotia Under-13 AAA Provincial Championship Tournament. It's day number 2, game number 6 between the Halifax Hawks and the Cole Harbour Wings. Cole Harbour, led by their captain Grayson O'Donnell, have a 4-1 lead after 30 minutes of play. Shots on goal were 14-10 for the Wings, as they look to get their first win of the tournament if they can hold on here in the third. Goals came from Andrew Ferreira, Carter Doyle. Ferreira scored his second after that, and then Grayson O'Donnell with a beautiful highlight reel goal with 1:01 to go in the second. And Benny Rimmer has the only goal so far for the Hawks. That came on the power play. And we are underway now for the final period of regulation. Cole Harbour up by 3 goals now. Let's see what the Hawks can do. Here's McDougall. He'll flip it up and high through center. Here comes Benny Rimmer. Rimmer 2-on-1 of Udall. Rimmer over across. Udall will shoot one, but can't get that one on net. Early chance. Rebound sent towards the goal. Here's Rimmer. Fanned on it. Covered up by Waugh. As O'Donnell in front of the net prevents his scoring chance, as Rimmer and him were tangled up in front. O'Donnell doing it on both sides of the ice, just as captains do. That's why he's got the C. Hunter Waugh able to keep the puck out of the net for the Wings. An early goal for the Hawks is just what they need to draw back in this game. McDougall and Rimmer will stay out there of Udall. Here is the Hawks down low. Rimmer has been cementing himself in Gretzky's office this tournament behind the net as he'll turn it over. Here's Maurice. Played up for Marks, so dangle by the defender. It's going to end up deep in the zone. Gillis back to retrieve the puck. No icing is the signal. Gillis gets by the forecheck. Up through center, it's going to be touched up. And that will be a whistle. As they'll drop the puck. Inside the Cole Harbour zone. Not sure what that was called for. But regardless, 52 seconds into the third is a face-off to the glove side of Waugh. Puck is dropped. Maurice back to retrieve the puck off the face-off win for Cole Harbour. He'll go up the wall, finds Cody. Cody, the middle of the ice, looking for Marks, streaking through the center, but couldn't reach him. As Kostopoulos finds it in neutral ice, up ahead, picked up. As there's a shot from distance, going to be gloved down by Waugh. That deflected off his stick and into his catching glove. He'll stop play. As Kong let that shot go in the transition. Or sorry, that was Dawson Burns, number 15. Mentioned it before, the Wings are keeping it simple tonight. Dumping and chasing and retrieving the pucks on the forecheck, while the Hawks are a good transition team. They're trying to make plays off the rush. Here's McDonald. Shot from distance will go wide of the net. Burns will try and collect the rebound off the end wall. Played back to the line. Another chance as that will go wide of the net off the point shot by McWilliams. Here's McDonald. Shot will be tipped by Kostopoulos. Rebound, scores! Just what the Hawks needed, an early goal. Kalen Kostopoulos makes it 4-2. Rebound came loose in the slot. Kostopoulos sends it by the blocker side of Waugh. And it is now a 2-goal lead. Hawks down by a pair with that latest goal, as O'Donnell will take the face-off at center against McDougall. Puck is dropped. Here comes Ferreira looking for the hat trick. Shot will go off the stick into the corner. Keys redirects that one with her stick. Played down low. Here is Grayson O'Donnell having a heck of a game so far tonight. It's going to be played for O'Donnell on the goal line. Pass in front as that will just go out of the reach. Rebound blocked as pinching through was Boutiette. Trying to make it a 3-goal lead once more for the Wings. Here's McDougall trying to clear. That'll be spin to the center of the ice, poked free by the Wings. Here's Gillis. He'll go over to Johnston. Turned over the line, but it's going to be offside. So it will be Kostopoulos from Larson and McDonald, the official goal call from the PA announcer at ice level. For those of you keeping track at home, you can always keep track on the league website, which is what I'm doing with my iPad. And that will be another whistle, as that must have hit something inside the bench of the Hawks. Greg McDonald looking on as the head coach, and opposing him is Paul Mason. I mentioned before, a great coaching matchup here tonight with these two teams, two highly touted bench bosses on both sides. So he'll drop the puck in front of Paul Mason as he looks on for Cole Harbour. 12.5 to go. Hawks with an early goal to make it 4-2. Here comes Rimmer towards the goal. It's loose on the side of the net, but unable to jam that one home as Waugh is down his crease. Looks like he's back on his feet. Doyle looking to clear, kept in. Here's Udo's shot. Will go up and high. Another chance for the Hawks to strike. As without a stick is Waugh. It's on the goal line on the far side. It's Rimmer looking to dig it free. Here comes Ben Rimmer. Spins off the check as the stick of Waugh will intercept the pass. Here comes free. Here's McDougall. Shot blocked. Here's Gillis. Gillis at the top of the zone. Will play it back in deep. Pressure on the wall. McDougall finds it. McDougall's shot will be fanned on, covered up by Waugh with no stick. That will freeze play with as he gloves it down. So it's been all Halifax here to start the period. Ald in for the draw against Ackett. Won by the Hawks. Here's Ald. Make a move to the offensive zone. Up for McDonald. Played down low. Hawks have it. Here's Kong. Kong's shot will go up and high off the stick. Makes its way to the opposite corner. Marks. That will bounce out the skate of the referee, but it's going to be corralled by Grant. Will circle back behind the net. Hunter Grant up the wall, looking to clear his marks. That will be kept in at the line by Andy Sue. Wings get it right back. Here's Cody. Cody can't get by the stick of Kong and neutral ice. McDonald collects it. McDonald trying to get through the zone. Comes free. There's Ald. Shot will be stopped by Waugh, and he'll glove it down off the rebound. Hunter Waugh coming up big here in the third. Shots are now 16-15 in favor of Cole Harbour still, but they had a bit bigger of a lead after the second period. Hawks are catching up now. Puck dropped. It's going to be worked to the corner. Daphne will battle for possession. There's a collision down low. Played across the ice. Going to bounce its way out of the zone. Here's Boutiette. Emmett Boutiette will advance the puck across the ice. There's a battle for the biscuit. Puck up and high. Kostopoulos gloves it down. He just scored to make it 4-2 at the start of the period. And that'll be sent down. That will be icing against the Halifax Hawks. So they'll drop the puck inside the Hawks zone, 200 feet the other way. Just past the 4-minute mark of this 15-minute third period. Puck dropped inside the Hawks zone. One back to the corner. Here's McDonald. Over to McWilliams. McWilliams is going to get by the forecheck. Cole Harbour doing a great job of forechecking so far in this game, causing turnovers in the offensive zone, but this time the Hawks able to get by the defense. As Burns will work it in deep. Him and Boutiette battle for the loose puck as Boutiette gets there first, but able to find the puck is Larson, but he'll get shoved to the puck. Here comes Declan O'Neill. Might be a 2-on-1, but he'll get taken off the puck on the back check as him and Gillis battle down low. There's a penalty on the play. The extra shove from Gillis draws the call. And it will be the Wings heading the power play, holding the signal. As getting some help back to his bench is Declan O'Neill, who just drew the penalty. Another chance for this Wings power play. O'Donnell, Ferreira, and Doyle out there with Maurice and Walter Ackett. Puck is dropped. Here's Maurice. Had a beautiful goal in the opening game for the Wings. Plays it down low for O'Donnell, trying to fight off Johnston. Played back down low for O'Donnell. has 4 points tonight, a goal and 3 assists. He has the puck on the power play for Cole Harbour. Well, working in deep. Here's Ferreira with a pair of goals tonight. Ferreira up for O'Donnell. Grayson O'Donnell weaves his way to the goal line. Still has the puck down low. O'Donnell finds Ferreira. Ferreira pass in front. Ends up top for Boutiette. Boutiette as a shot from Maurice will go wide of the net off the M wall. Comes free in the corner. Wings still have it down low. Here's Ferreira. Pass across will bounce off a body of Johnson defending the cage, and that will be cleared down the ice by the Hawks. Here's Jacob Maurice. Maurice out of his own zone on the power play. Advances the puck for Ferreira, neutralized. Ferreira, backhand through center, is going to be picked off. McDougall finds it. McDougall works it ahead. Maurice gets back to find the loose puck. Here's Maurice with 9 minutes to go in the third. Trying to get by Udall. Still has the puck. Maurice will work it into the zone. Wings will go for a change. O'Donnell looking for the puck. This will get just enough of it to keep inside the zone. Here's Doyle. Sent in deep by O'Donnell. Doyle battles down low. Johnston. It's Ferreira looking to outman the puck on the power play. Comes free. So they're still trying to dig it out of the corner. Ferreira looking for the puck. Plays it up top for Grant. Grant will walk and shoot one. That's going to go out the blocker. Rebounds in front but cleared away. That will just get out of the zone. As here is Emmett Boutiette with the puck. Over to Grant. Grant will play it ahead. That's going to make its way inside the zone. Keys couldn't play the puck. Here's O'Donnell. Pass in front. Looking for Doyle. That will bounce off of his stick, and that's going to be cleared down the ice. And then that one just squeaks through, but that will stay out. Wow, that was close. At the tail end of the power play, it's still 4-2. As I wasn't even looking at the goal crease. I'm not sure if the camera caught that, but that trickled by Waugh on the dump in. Just stays out. Inches away from making it 4-3. That would have been something else. As here's Grant. Up for O'Donnell. O'Donnell was out there for the whole power play, still on the ice. So here's Kong now. Kong will play it towards the center. Kong will send it down low. Rimmer finds a loose puck. Pass in front. Save by Waugh with the pad. That will be cleared down the ice. Here's McDonald. McDonald from behind his own net will go D to D. Here's Lewis. Across the ice. Here comes Benny Rimmer. Might be a breakaway. But Rimmer trying to advance the puck up ahead, but couldn't make the play as Maurice got back just in time to prevent a partial breakaway for Ben Rimmer. Rimmer has a goal tonight so far. Had 2 points in the first game for the Hawks. Benny Buzzsaw, as they call me. He's got a future in broadcasting, if not for hockey. As that's going to be played behind the net. Wings have a chance to clear. Nice move at the top of the zone. It's going to be poked just past the line. Here is Rimmer. We'll send it back in deep. 6.5 to go now in the third. Wings clinging on to a 2-goal lead. Here comes Maurice with some flash, and Razzle Dazzle will shoot one out the rush that will got the blocker of Keys. Maurice, of course, scored that end-to-end goal yesterday. Here's Kostopoulos. Sends it over. Picked up at the blue line. Drop back for Kostopoulos. As Cody pokes it free, Kostopoulos gets it back. There's Kalen Kostopoulos as that will be worked out of the corner by McDougall. When Grant battle for possession. Grant digs it free. Hunter Grant will go across the ice. Kept in at the line. Here's Burns. Shot will redirect its way on net, and Waugh makes the save. That's going to be played up and high off the netting, which is not a penalty in this league unless you're the goalie, and that will stop play. The Hawks have taken over in the shot category. It's now 18-17 for them, but they are still down by 2 here in the third period, just past the 9-minute mark of the third. There's McWilliams. Shot will be blocked. Rebound! Sent on goal. Waugh makes a save. Another chance, but that will just bounce to the corner. It's a great chance. McDougall kept out. Here's McDonald. Shot from the point. That's going to come free. Kostopoulos will bang it towards the goal. What a save! Waugh with the pad. Wow, another chance. Blocked on its way through. And how about Hunter Waugh? Another chance sent on goal off the pad again to Waugh, who is putting on a show here late in the period, keeping his team up by a pair. Here's Grant. Turned over. Wraparound chance. Shot will go up and high as Waugh lost his footing in the crease, but still 4-2, as that's going to be a shot from distance as the Hawks are pressing now. Here's Grant trying to clear, kept in by Halifax as there's a battle down low for possession. It's going to be dug free. Hawks looking to keep it inside the zone as Grant finds it. Grant will go off the wall. There's McWilliams now inside neutral ice. With 5 minutes to go now in the third. Saucer pass, finds McDonald. McDonald enters the zone on the near side. Will take a hit on the back check, and that will not draw a call. Doyle looking for the puck off the bench, as that's going to be played to the top of the zone. Hawks still have it. Here's McDonald. Will walk it and shoot one, blocked in front, penalty on the way. Will go against Cole Harbour. 4.5 to go. A big opportunity for Halifax to draw within one. They already have a power play goal to their name. It'll be Jace Daphne heading to the box for the Wings. Christopoulos, Rimmer, Udall, McDougall, and Johnston. They played the entire power play last time. Let's see what they can do here with this opportunity. Puck is dropped. There's Johnston up top. Johnston to the wall for Udall. Udall down low, finds Benny Buzzsaw. Pass across, that will just go up the stick. Christopoulos and wide of the net. Here's McDougall up top for Johnston. Bailey Johnston back for McDougall. Back for Johnston. Johnston over to Udall. Udall will walk in and shoot one. He scores! Henry Udall scores on the power play, and it's a 1-goal game here in Berwick. This Hawks man advantage is red hot tonight. Another power play goal for Halifax. Some costly penalties for the Wings in this game, as we have a wild ride in store to finish things off here in the third period. The Wings now only up by 1. As there's a collision at center, and that will be another penalty. As this rink is erupting now, Boutiette will head right to the box. Back-to-back man advantages now for the Hawks. They now have a chance to tie the game on the power play. As the man advantage that just scored the goal and the previous one as well will head back out there. One back. Here's Nelson. He'll try and send it off the glass, but it's going to be fanned on. Christopoulos down low for McDougall. Rimmer behind the net. There's a penalty on the play, and that will even things up. 4-on-4 hockey now. Tripping's the call, and that is a big boost for the Wings. All it took was 9 seconds for the power play to take a penalty, as it'll be McDougall for tripping. .346 to go. Ferreira and O'Donnell out there for Cole Harbour. Maurice on the blue line, and Ackett out there as well. While the Hawks send out Ben Rimmer, Harrison Lewis, Henry Udall, and McDonald, number 4. 4-on-4 hockey here. Here's a pass for Udall. Udall turns it over. Here's Ferreira with 2 goals tonight, looking to make it 3, but he just gets poked off the puck. Here comes Rimmer. Ben Rimmer trying to get by Sardi. Rimmer puts the brakes on as he enters the zone, looking to control the pace here late in the third. Rimmer has the puck up top. Over to McDonald. McDonald down low, as that's going to be intercepted on the wall. Ferreira takes it over to O'Donnell. The big dogs are out there for both sides. Here comes Grayson O'Donnell. 4 points tonight. Takes it wide. O'Donnell still has it on the backhand. Fought off by Keys with the blocker. Lewis will play it up the wall. 3 minutes to go now in the third. It's a 1-goal game. Here's Udall. Over to Lewis. Off of his skate. 45 seconds to go of 4-on-4 hockey before a brief Wings power play. Lewis still has the puck. Gets by O'Donnell. Enters the zone. Here comes Harrison Lewis. Drops it off for Udall. Henry Udall. Back down low. Picked off by the Wings. Here comes Cole Nelson. Trying to burst out of the zone. As Rimmer collects it, he'll go over to Lewis. Harrison loses it. As Harrison Lewis loses a tire, Udall. Puck is bouncing off his stick. Comes free. Udall. That's off the bench. As Marks trying to defend him off the puck. Marks will work it out of the zone. Goes skate to stick in front of his own bench. It's going to be played back. Here's Burns. 2 minutes to go now in the third. It's a one-goal game. Hawks have it as the Boutiette penalty now over, so a brief power play just for a few more seconds. That's going to be played through the middle of the ice. Here's Nelson as we're back to even strength, 1:45 to go in the third. It's going to be sent down the ice. Here's McDougall, fresh out of the penalty box. We'll take it back behind his own net. McDougall up for Burns. That's going to come free. Cody will play it ahead. It's going to be sent up for Sardi. Here comes Braden Marks. Marks loses the puck. Here comes Johnson for Kostopoulos. Here come the Hawks now. Kostopoulos will let a shot go off the side of the net as it's now 6-on-5. Net is empty for Halifax. Shot from distance. Tipped on goal. Waugh! Makes the save off the redirection. And he'll freeze play. What a save from Hunter Waugh. That puck changed directions in a heap, but Waugh saw it all the way. And we'll see a timeout called by Greg McDonald. What a show these teams have put on for us so far in this game. Give you a quick recap of the scoring. It was Andrew Ferreira who opened the scoring in the first period. And then 34 seconds after the first goal, Carter Doyle made it 2-0. That was the scoring after the first. Then Ben Rimmer on the power play from Bailey Johnston off the redirection made it 2-1. Then the Wings scored 2 straight goals, Ferreira and O'Donnell. And then, of course, Kostopoulos at the start of the third period made it 4-2. And then Henry Udall, you just saw on the power play a few moments ago, made it 4-3. That's where we stand so far. So 2 power play goals for Halifax. Wings got to sail the box here in the final minute and 16 seconds of the third to come away with a victory here tonight. O'Donnell against McDougall for the face-off. Puck is dropped, and here we go. Here's Rimmer battling with Boutiette down low. Kostopoulos looking for the loose puck. It's 6-on-5 to end off this game. Pass in front, Kostopoulos fanned on it, comes free up top. Here's Gillis. Gillis will walk and shoot. One's going to go wide of the net, bounce off the M wall. O'Donnell wins the battle, kept in. Here's Johnston. Johnston out of the corner, looking in front for Rimmer. He gets tangled up down low. Final 60 seconds of play now in the third. It's a one-goal game. Here's Udall. That's O'Donnell collects it. It's going to be sent down the ice, and that will go wide of the empty net. So it will be icing. Another face-off inside the Harbour zone. Wings tied their first game. They're up by a goal here late. Hawks won 4-2 in their opening contest. Kostopoulos against O'Donnell. Puck is dropped for the face-off. Scrum draw comes straight at the top of the zone. Kept in. Here's Johnston. Loses his tire. Chance for Boutiette into the empty net. It's going to be sent down the ice, and you got to think that Boutiette had a bit more time to make a play there, but he was looking for the empty net. Hopefully that doesn't come back to burn him and his team. 34 seconds on the clock. What a game this has been so far between these two teams, Halifax and Cole Harbour. U13 AAA supremacy on the line. McDougall against O'Donnell this time to the blocker side of Waugh. It's Paul Mason making adjustments from the Harbour bench right before the face-off. Looks like we're ready to get going in a moment as the referee's having a discussion with the timeskeeper at center ice, but looks like ready to go now. I'm not sure they're going to add any more time on the clock or not. We'll have to wait and see. There's the go. So an extra second. So 35 seconds to go. So we added the extra second on the clock. Here's a puck bouncing towards the goal. Rebound goes wide. Chance towards the slot. As Doyle finds it, he'll play to the wall. Here's Rimmer sent towards the net. Waugh fights it off, and he'll cover up the rebound as well. 22 seconds to go now. Six on five still. Empty net for the Hawks. McDougall against O'Donnell once again. Puck is dropped. One back by O'Donnell. It's a big face-off win. Here's Boutiette up the wall as that will rim its way all the way down the ice. And will that be an icing call? Yes, it will. 13 seconds now. The clock slowly winding down. Feels like forever for Cole Harbour. While the Hawks wish for it to just keep going slow. A lot of nervous faces on both sides. A lot at stake here in both teams' second game of the tournament. Broken stick will be sent back towards the Halifax bench. McDougall against O'Donnell once again. Puck dropped. Scrum draw. 10 seconds to go. Kostopoulos looking for the loose puck. 5 seconds. Play to the corner. Here's Kostopoulos. Pass in front. Udo's shot just goes wide. Rebound. Kept out. The Wings hold on. 4-3 is your final. What a game. It came down the very last second, but Cole Harbour with the victory against the Hawks. 20 saves for Hunter Waugh. He was a big part of that Cole Harbour win. Both teams will meet at center to shake hands after a hard-fought contest on both sides. We'll stay on the air for the Player of the Game ceremony. A lot of valuable players on both sides. Ben Remmer had another impressive game for the Hawks. But you can really give it to anyone. It was a bit of a balanced scoring. While O'Donnell with 4 points, you got to think he was a POG for Cole Harbour. You can also give it to Hunter Waugh. Or of 2 goals as well, Andrew Ferreira. So we'll have to wait and see who gets it. As Kostopoulos, who had a goal in this contest, gets the Player of the Game for Halifax. We'll see who gets it for Cole Harbour.
Player of the Game for the Cole Harbour Red Wings, number 13, Andrew Ferreira.
And it is Ferreira with a pair of goals. POG for number 13 in red. And the Cole Harbour Wings, 1 win and 1 tie. They will pass the Hawks for first place in the pool heading into tomorrow. So we'll have to wait and see the result of the Jets versus Crushers game before you award a first place. But as of right now, as it stands, the Wings are at the top of Pool B. So thank you so much for watching this one. This has been the High Button Sports production of the U13 AAA Provincial Championships here in Berwick. Final score 4-3 for the Wings over the Halifax Hawks. Coming up next will be the Cape Breton County Islanders taking on the Tassa Ducks in Pool A action. Coming up in about half hour's time. So grab a coffee, grab some snacks before the next game. You got about half an hour before that gets going. It'll be Lucy Glazebrook on the call. You can see the full schedule on your screen now. So 4 o'clock start between County Islanders and the Tassa Ducks. Then the Jets and the Crushers will finish off day number 2. And what a day it has been so far. Thanks again for watching this one. My name is Mason Dyke with High Button Sports. We will see you in about half an hour.